All right, it looks like we have everyone. Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the Green Chemistry Connections, starting out for the academic year 2022-2023. I'm really excited to announce our speakers today and to connect with you all after having had a wonderful summer. And hopefully you've all had the chance to maybe relax a little bit before heading back into the school year. So before we get started with our agenda, I did just want to run you all through a quick introduction. So welcome to the Green Chemistry Connections. My name is Nimrat Obhi. I'm a program manager for higher ed. I'll be kind of walking you through and moderating the connections today, and I'm going to turn it over very quickly to Natalie to introduce herself.
Hi all, Dr. Natalie O'Neill here, joining from outside of Boston, actually. So hi all, the Director of Higher Education. I'm excited to have you all online with us. So please let us know where you're joining in the chat, and I'll turn it over to Juliana to quickly introduce herself.
Hi everybody, my name is Juliana. I am a postgraduate student liaison of Beyond Benign, and I'm really excited to be here with you. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me as well. Thank you.
Thank you. So before we get started with the main event today, I did want to take a second and run through our land acknowledgement. So Beyond Benign wishes to acknowledge this unceded land on which we operate, and for years it has been the traditional land of the Pawtucket and the Massachusetts nations. And we acknowledge the painful history of genocide, colonialism, and forced removal from this territory, while also acknowledging that on our part, further education is needed to learn the full history of the land we occupy and all the indigenous peoples and nations that it belongs to. And presently, this meeting place, is still home to many indigenous nations across Turtle Island, and we want to honor, respect, and celebrate the diversity of peoples that are connected to this land. And given that today we're in a virtual space, we want to acknowledge that us and our attendees, who are coming from all different places across the world, will be occupying unceded land and territories belonging to different indigenous nations. And in terms of what we're doing on our side, organizationally, we're committing to educating ourselves, to supporting indigenous communities, to decolonizing our organization, practices, programs, and activities. And we do encourage you all as our attendees today to do the same. And if you would like more information about how we put together our land acknowledgement and the resources that we used, there is a link at the bottom of the slide there, and you can feel free to peruse those. A couple other logistical notes for today. So you might see that some of us have our pronouns on our names, our Zoom screen names. I'm a good example of that. Pronouns are basically just how we identify ourselves as we're kind of talking and interacting with each other. And it is important to use the ones that other people want us to use. And so, for example, someone like me, I actually use two different sets of pronouns. I use she, her, and they, them. So you can call me by either one of those. And there are just some kind of tips here to help you describe your own pronouns, or if you want to ask for someone else's. And there are some resources there at the bottom too, if you'd like to learn a little bit more about how we kind of constructed this slide and how we approach this. If you would like to put your pronouns in your Zoom display name, similar to how I have mine, then you can hover over your picture in Zoom. And if you click the three dots, there should be a drop-down menu that comes down. You can select the word rename at the bottom of the drop-down menu, and then you can just type in your own pronouns in brackets at the end of your name. And I believe Natalie usually does that herself, actually. Yeah, so she's already put hers in her name, just to kind of show you how that looks. The last thing I want to talk about is that we do have live transcription enabled for today's meeting. So a transcript of the meeting will be made available afterwards, and you can put closed captions or subtitles on for yourself if you so wish. And so there is a button at the bottom of your Zoom screen with the gray icon that says CC live transcript. So if you click that, you should be able to read the subtitles of what's happening today. And as always, please, if you have any technical or logistical issues, do contact myself, Natalie, or Juliana, and we'll try and help you with that. And the last thing is just our code of conduct for today. So you would have all seen these these points if you were in the waiting room. Please just adhere to our code of conduct of expected behaviors and avoid any of these unacceptable behaviors. And in general, as a guideline, please, when you're interacting with folks in breakout rooms or with each other, make sure that everyone gets a turn to speak. So we like to say, speak up and then step back. So you are all here because you are interested in the Green Chemistry Commitment Program and interested in connecting with one another through these connection series. We at Beyond Benign did want to announce and kind of talk a little bit further about some dedicated support that we're going to have for minority serving institutions that are Green Chemistry Commitment signers. And so the objectives of these programs will be to partner with chemistry departments at MSIs, to build inclusive and diverse community spaces for MSI faculty and students to collaborate, learn, and share, and also to engage with green chemistry student leaders with the goal of empowering BIPOC students and gender minority students in chemistry, and through their green chemistry work. And so we are offering funding, professional development, leadership opportunities, student events, and conference and publication support as part of this program. And if you have any questions about this or you're interested and you'd like to learn more, please do contact me. My email will be on the slides and the slides will be made available afterwards. Another thing I'm very, very excited to share from Beyond Benign side is that this summer we launched a few new resources. So one of the big curricula that was launched is the Toxicology for Chemists curriculum. And this is a higher ed curriculum aimed at teaching introductory level chemistry students the basic principles of toxicology. And so if you navigate to our website, you can find that full curriculum there. There's about 36 hours of content. Please do peruse, and we are also open and welcome to any feedback about the curriculum, how you're using it, what you'd like to see further. We also have our organic chemistry lab guide, and coming soon will be an inorganic and general chemistry lab guide. And there will be opportunities to discuss these resources also during the networking and breakout sessions today. And in terms of our newest Green Chemistry Commitment signers, please do join us in welcoming these 6 new signers recently. So the University of Duisburg-Essen from Germany, the Federal University of Goiás from Brazil, the Federal University of Mato Grosso do Sul in Brazil, and I apologize if I'm mispronouncing any of these names, Hampton University from the US, Texas Women's University, and Winona State University, all from the US. So a big round of applause for these new signers, and we're very excited to have you as part of the commitment community. And the last thing for today before we get started is if you would like to join the conversation online through social media, please do know that you can find us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. And Juliana will be, she's our social media expert, and so she'll be doing all things social media. Please do feel free to engage with her on social media and with us through these hashtags and our handles. So with that, thank you for listening, and I'm very excited to actually turn over to Juliana to introduce our first speaker, Professor Carlos Alberto Jr.